Hey guys, sorry about that. I'm gonna have to make two videos on this because I guess I hit the stop button on accident on my phone. But what I was saying was um, let's talk about these two guys right here, Ken Griffey Jr. and Barry Bonds. In my opinion, these two players right here in their primes, before 1998, clean, were the two best players to ever play the game. And no offense to this guy right here, but these two, the best and the second best. This guy's so far ahead of everybody else as far as stats, skill, talent, um, you name it. It's even more so than Jordan. I was watching a video about this guy. He was saying that Michael Jordan drives the hobby, and the reason that people are so into Jordan is because of the word goat. Um, for those of you that don't know what GOAT means, it means greatest of all time. Um, you talk about Tom Brady, and somebody will mention, well, Tom Brady's like the Michael Jordan of football. Well, that's cool. I can't say that Michael Jordan didn't own basketball. He was an amazing player, probably the best of all time, arguably. But this man right here so much dominated the game of baseball that when people talk about Tom Brady, they should say that, Tom Brady is the Barry Bonds of football. That's to me, Barry Bonds dominated the sport more so than Michael Jordan dominated basketball. And it's unfortunate that Barry Bonds or Ken Griffey Jr. never won a World Series. I think that they were on really good teams and they had good opportunities. But baseball, you can't do it on your own. It's not the same. Um, so what you're looking at is a PSA Barry Bonds rookie card. I've had it for sale on eBay now in my personal store. I'd say for about 3 months. I sold it last night for $55, and that's what I paid for it. I was thinking about keeping it, but I wanted to get a different one. So that's why I decided just to sell it. I'm looking at getting one of the 86s, and keeping that for my personal collection. But yeah, guys, it's time to move past the whole steroid issue and start because this man's still young, he's still healthy, he's still got a lot of knowledge. He's still around. He goes and talks to people, and he participated with the Marlins and maybe a different team as a hitting coach and stuff like that. But yeah, I just think that people need to move past it. The the market on this guy right now is crazy. Just to me, it's absurd. And the reason that it's so absurd is because he's clean, he's natural, he does things the right way, much like this guy did, much like Derek Jeter did. He's young. His stats are very good, and he's got a chance to do a lot of great things. But he's not going to ever eclipse anything that this man did. It's just not going to happen. And that's just the way it is. I mean, he's going to always be the greatest of all time. There's nobody that's ever going to touch this guy. Period, in my opinion. To me, being a 1987 card, grading a 10, and only being able to sell this card for $55 and having it on sale for over 3 months is pretty pathetic. I think that's really a shame. I could probably sell this card fairly easily for $150 in 2 days. And it's not a 10. It's a BGS 9.5. It's a 2010 Bowman Platinum base. Nice card. I think Gem Mint Mike Trout cards are going to start selling for $200, bare minimum, especially the 2010s, because the 2009s are pretty much so expensive that nobody can afford them. What they're asking for them these days. And the 2011s they're a year newer than these ones. There's only so many 2010 rookies out there. So of Mike Trout, you got this one, you got the you got the pro debut, and maybe a couple others. But definitely pick one of these guys up if you can. I recommend getting a good deal on one if you can find one for like 100, 120. Go that route. Anyway, so yeah, Barry Bonds, man. I dearly miss watching him play. Every time he got up to the bat, you were gonna expect him to get walked there for a few years, but if he got a chance to hit, he was gonna hit one out, and it was amazing to watch. I can't say that about any other player, that's ever played the game, and the things that these guys could do, were just amazing. I think Griffey was probably the better all-around fielder. Bonds had a little bit more steals. Griffey was a better outfielder. They're both about the same as far as home run hitting. Griffey hit more home runs, I think, in the 90s than Bonds did, but Bonds decided he was going to put on like 40 pounds of muscle. So he stayed clean. He did things the right way, Ken Griffey Jr. He was my favorite player growing up. This was the guy that I collected in the 90s the most. I would go to card shows. Those don't really happen too often nowadays. You have to travel usually quite a ways to find one. And that's something that I really miss about the hobby. I don't know if I'm talking too much about what happened to baseball cards. I'm kind of just ranting about these two players. I'll try to get back to subject here, but so when people are losing out big time on money on cards and they expect to go up in value, like the 90s inserts, you can go on eBay and find a really nice rare 90s insert now for maybe about 10%, 15% of what they used to cost you because of eBay. Before, back in the day, you'd have to go to card shows. You'd have to find that one that you were looking for and then hope that somebody else didn't buy before you did. Something like a 96 Flair Hot Gloves of Ken Griffey Jr. You went to a card show and there was one. And you had to be the guy that decided that you were going to buy that card really quick, or else that was it. eBay is an amazing thing because it allows you that the whole world and the whole, different sellers at your fingertips, and whatever they got, you can find most of the time. And it's an amazing thing, but it's also a really bad thing for the hobby because you have people that are willing to spend so much on cards, and you have some people that are not willing to spend anything and trying to bargain shop and stuff, which is okay. That's cool. But, that's what people go by. People are going by what other people are spending money on the cards, and it becomes a trend, and then people won't spend any more or any less, and things kind of stay the same unless big things happen, which is expected, I guess. Big things being like a Pete Alonso this year. He hit 53 home runs as a rookie, broke Aaron Judge's rookie record. I'll put a Judge card right here since I have one out. But there's a lot of new exciting players in the game, like this guy, Pete Alonso. Yeah, Alex Bregman. There's another Judge. Mike Stanton, his teammate. If this was a Mike Trout card, you remember how I was telling you guys about how Mike Trout is just blown up? Same year, 2011 tops. If this was a Mike Trout card, this would be a $3,000 card, but I picked this one up for like $20, $25. People love home runs, so, if he has a good another 4 or 5 seasons, gets up to the, 650 home runs, this might be a huge card one day. I would spend some money on Stanton. Cody Bellinger. He's young. He's like 24 years old. He's gonna have an MVP now under his belt, and Rookie of the Year, and 2 World Series. The last game just really was terrible to watch, but he's definitely a good player to invest in right now. Ronald Acuna Jr. A lot of talent. Can't say enough good things about him. He was going to do the 40-40 this year, just like this man and this man, but he was going to do it clean, so it was going to be a big deal, but he ended his season a little early, and, unfortunately he didn't get there, but maybe next year he'll get there. Pete Alonso, the guy's a beast, man. He hit 53 home runs as a rookie. He's a little older. He's like 25, I think. But people love home runs. That's why, like that Mark McGwire card, the 85 Topps card. was at once upon a time selling for so much money. People love their home runs. Mark McGwire never hit 300 and hit all those home runs. He just wasn't an average hitter like this guy was. Like this guy is. So Pete Alonso, even though he didn't have 300 season, he's young and he squares up a ball, it's going to go out. And so I really look forward to seeing what his cards do. And and I anticipate those cards going up a lot. Walker Buehler. Pitchers don't really hold as much value in the hobby. I bought this card. I just really like Walker Buehler. He's probably my favorite player. Him and Cody Bellinger. I'm a Dodger fan, so he's somebody to invest in. Jordan Alvarez. He's gonna have a chance to do some awesome things with the Astros. When he came up, he did a lot of amazing things in his short time in the big leagues so far. So I definitely would look at investing some money in this guy. I dropped the card. Bowman Sterling is a card manufacturer, a brand, I should say. I'm sorry. Is a brand that's crazy, crazy value. You got Bowman's Best here. It doesn't really hold that much value right now. I don't know exactly why that is. I used to really like Bowman's Best. Topps Finest is one of those things too. It's just it doesn't have a lot of value for some reason. I like them. I like Topps Finest. Topps Finest is one of my favorite products. I like the way they look. I think they're clean. They have the original refractor. Can't say enough about that. So the hobby's so weird right now. It's just it trips me out. That's why I like to talk about it, because I feel like if I talk about some of the things that I see and my knowledge and the history going behind some of the stuff, that I can educate people and get them to see the light a little bit. Upper Deck is no longer in business. This was Upper Deck's very first card, the 89 Ken Griffey Jr. And unfortunately, he didn't live up to his expectations. When they did the All-Century team in the All-Star game in 1999, this guy was part of it, and he wasn't. And his stats were better than his. Maybe not every single stat, but if you looked at their primes, they had very similar, offerings as far as what they brought to the table. And people were saying at that time in 1999 that this man right here was the GOAT. He was going to be the greatest to ever play the game. He was the one to break Hank Aaron's home run record. He was the one that was supposed to hit 62 home runs, and clean, not like this guy.